Supplier diversity best practices. Benchmarking. Determining your supplier diversity program benchmarks can be a big challenge. The pressing questions are, who should you benchmark against, and why? Answering the why part of this question is fairly straightforward, because it provides reasonable and achievable targets, identifies weak areas in your process that need improvement, challenges the status quo and discourages complacency, confirms the need for change, and ensures that employees across the organization are engaged in the supplier diversity program and are motivated to participate in the program's success. Deciding who you should benchmark against is a bit more challenging because each company handles its supplier diversity metrics and exclusions differently. This makes it more difficult for companies to find a common ground comparison or even know how potential benchmarking targets establish their baselines. The CVM view is that exclusions should be minimized and limited to things like tax payments, payroll and employee expense reimbursements, and charitable donations. There are other exclusions that may be appropriate for a specific industry, but there should be broad consensus among benchmarking partners so comparisons can be made on an apples-to-apples basis. Comparing dollar amounts of spend is also ineffective because companies have vastly different purchasing budgets. Additionally, not all companies in an industry group have the same purchasing profiles. Their business models can be very different. Companies in different geographic regions will have different levels of access to diverse suppliers. Despite the noted differences between different companies and different industry groups, we still recommend that you utilize industry groups to help establish best-in-class benchmarks as long as you adjust your finds for the pitfalls listed on this slide. We also recommend complementing this with your own research based on your specific purchasing needs and your geographic footprint. Before we leave the topic of benchmarking, let's review some final tips and suggestions. Be careful about who you identify as best in class and why. Benchmarking is just an insight, not a guarantee. You are making assumptions based on past performances, and performances change. There are also likely to be material differences between your company and the best-in-class company that make it so your performance doesn't provide a perfect prediction of your program's potential. Benchmarking shouldn't just be about figuring out what the target number should be. It should also be about determining what processes are being utilized by the programs that are able to achieve these results. Don't use the results to justify non-action. If there are a few diverse suppliers in a commodity area that is important for your organization, this represents a diverse supplier development opportunity. Refrain from measuring yourself against benchmark best practices too soon. You don't want to kill enthusiasm for the program before you get started. Instead, use benchmarking as a way to give your program a boost at some critical point. From Excel spreadsheets to purpose-built applications, there are many benchmarking tools available. CVM, for instance, has integrated the usage trust capability into its cloud-based tools to give our clients the ability to identify suppliers that other CVM clients trust. We are currently extending the capabilities of this tool to give clients a broader understanding of CVM's client base as a group. If you are interested in participating in this development process, feel free to reach out to us. If you are new to CVM, CVM Solutions, a Kroll company, identifies, verifies, and monitors diverse suppliers. We are the premier global provider of supplier diversity management and data solutions that enable clients to trust their suppliers and achieve program objectives. Our extensive knowledge of supplier and screening best practices, comprehensive supplier database, and innovative technology provide critical and unique capabilities for the initial verification and ongoing monitoring of diverse suppliers. To learn more about CVM Solutions or to get more information on supplier diversity best practices, visit www.cvmsolutions.com.